I want to thank the people who corrected me when I mentioned Deutsche marks and French francs. I should have said euros. This just shows I have not kept up with the outside world for the past decade and a half or so. In that, I am typical American, not very cosmopolitan at all. Actually, come to think of it, I'm pretty damn provincial. Also wanted to mention the area of profit when it comes to currency and money. Suppose one day you purchased a troy ounce of gold and it cost you $300. And you have that ounce of gold. Somebody comes along and offers you $400 for that ounce of gold, and you trade $400 in treasury notes or other form of currency for that ounce of gold. Have you made $100 in profit? Well, no, you are not $100 ahead. You are 1 ounce of gold behind. It is only when you trade that $100 for something else that is real that you suddenly have that profit. This is why when the profit margin is all in currency, wealth has not increased. As soon as that profit is exchanged for something tangible, like I said in my previous video, goods and services, services being labor, then you have acquired that profit. This is a problem in consumerism, capitalism, I guess one would call it. If a person who has capital is willing to risk that capital to make a profit, the profit margin is the motive and the incentive for getting things done, for getting production done, for getting labor performed. If a person has capital and is not willing to risk it to make a profit, production suffers and services suffer. So you must have a profit margin for capitalism to work. And how do you get a profit margin? Well, that's pretty goddamn obvious. The goods and services that one purchases must cost more than they were actually worth. That is where the profit comes from. That is why labor is generally paid less than what the labor is actually worth. That is why goods are generally sold for more than they are worth. That's what the market will bear. If we didn't have that profit margin, capitalism would not work. And I am all for capitalism because the profit margin drives damn near everything. I love my Coca-Cola, I love my guacamole, and if it was not for the profit margin, nobody would bother making those things. So, go profit margin! Go consumerism! Go capitalism! They may not work human rights-wise and civil rights-wise suffer under capitalism, but it suffers a hell of a lot less than any other version of economic systems out there. I am all for capitalism.